Okay, girls, this is page 11B out of our booklet. I wanted to just jump down to question 2 and 3. I skipped question 1 for right now. You're welcome to try question 1 on your own. Please do so. But I really think question 2 and 3 are a little bit more important to us. There's not really any instructions here, so I think it might be a little bit confusing to you at first. But I want you to go ahead and jump down to that last row of both of these tables. So first looking at question 2. All right, this is kind of the rule that they're using. They're saying, okay, if my input is x, the output would be 4x take away 2. If you look at page 11a, we talked about this at the very end, question G, as part of question 3. We came up with that rule that described the function machine. If you want to, we could kind of go back and take the expression that we were given and write the function machine. So actually, why don't we go ahead and do that? Looking at this expression here, okay, I have 4x take away 2. If I wanted to write a function machine, I'm trying to figure out where I can write this. Do it small up here. So I'm given some input, x is the input. And then the first thing I do is multiply x times 4. 4x tells us that we're multiplying the value of x times 4. And then the second thing we would do is take away 2. And then we're given the output or the result. Okay, so let's just kind of go down the list. All right, if I'm given 1 as my input, I would have 1 times 4, which is 4. Take away 2 from 4. So 1 times 4 is 4. Take away 2 is 2. That's your output. That's your answer. Okay? I'll do 4 with you, and I'll do this -1, but I want you to try 10 and 2.5 on your own. Okay? If 4 was our input, we would have 4 times 4 is 16. Take away 2 is 14. That's your output. Okay? Freeze the video if you want and try 10 and 2.5, but I'll do this negative value with you. -3 is our input. If I input that and then I times it by 4, a -3 times a +4, remember your rules about negative and positive signs. Negative times positive is negative. 3 times 4 is 12. So I have -12, and then I'm going to take away 2 from that. So -12 take away 2 would give us, if you want to use the number line, you can, but it would be -14. All right, that's your answer. Okay, the last 3 here, they want us to work backwards. We're given the outputs and they want the inputs, so you're working backwards. If you wanted to, you could also make a function machine going backwards. So going backwards, if I start with the output, not a lot of room on this page. Let me go, maybe over here is fine. If I start with the output, if I go backwards, I'm gonna first add 2, and then I do the opposite, divide by 4. So when I work backwards, right, we always use the opposites, and then that will give me the input. Sorry that it kind of curved there, but I didn't really have much room. Okay, so if our output was 30, I use the opposite here. Opposite of -2 is +2. So 30 plus 2 is 32. Divide that by 4. Hopefully you know 32 divided by 4 is 8. That's your answer. Okay. I'll do the negative value with you, but I want you to try 48 on your own. Okay, so let's do -18 together. -18, if that was our output, I would add 2 to that. That would give me -16, and then divide that by 4. So you'd have -16 divided by 4, which is -4. Okay, I think it would be a good idea for you to always go back and kind of put it in the original function machine to see if your input value matches your output value that you're given, just to check your answer. Okay. Question 3, I will help you write the function machine, but I want you to do the entire thing on your own. Okay. So for the function machine, if I have x, that's my input. And then you use BIDMAS to figure out what the order of operations will be in order to write our function machine. So BIDMAS tells us I need to do what's inside of the brackets first. That means I will take away 2 first thing. And then I will, since this 4 is just right next to the brackets, that's telling us that I'm timesing by 4. Okay, and then that will give us our result or the output. I want you to try the entire table on your own, okay? Please email me if you have questions. And then question 4, I believe, is also very similar to questions 2 and 3. So I want you to try your best to kind of answer those questions as well. I think that one's a little bit more self-explanatory. Email me any questions that you have, girls, and don't forget to submit all of your work today. All right, thank you.